sir.
So these are great for internal, within your team, within AllPro, etc. Is there an outward facing where the client can see what status their project is underway as well?
Yes, there actually is. So I will show you that. Let's go back to the dashboard. I want to find the last person who made a purchase in this demo. So I'm going to the timeline. Well, there's one right at the top. But if I couldn't find that, I could click the $ here. It's going to filter that list so I can see all the orders that came in. I'm going to click on this first guy that has the order. I'm going to go straight into his order. So down here you have notes. So if you're the type of company that gets an order for a project or something to be built or handcrafted and it takes a while for that to happen, or if you're waiting for parts to come in before you can finish the job, this would be the place where you would put those notes. It'll automatically tag your notes with the date and the technician or the user that was entering those notes. And those notes become publicly available on the front side for your customers. So if you give your customers logins and passwords, they can see kind of what's going on with the system. So if we put in the notes here, how does the customer see that information? So we're going to click the eyeball so we can go to the customer side of the website. So this is the demo. Now if you click over here in the green where it says demo info, it gives you some information about how to use the demo and make it act like you're different types of people. So if you want to act like you're a customer, that's a buyer, this is what you would log in as. If you want to act like you're a reseller, like a wholesale account, you would log in with this information. And if you want to just log into the back-end console, the login is demo. So to demonstrate to you how the customer will see it, I'm going to log in as buyer@example.com. And feel free to do this on your laptop as well. So right up here, I'm logging in as a customer, so I'm clicking this login button. A lot of you are familiar with going to your website /log me in. That's how you get into the back of your website. But your customers don't log into the back, they log into the front. And the front is right here where that login button is. So we're going to click that. And here we're going to enter buyer@example.com with the password demo. Now I'm logging in as a paying customer. So now the login button has changed to a My Account button. If I click on My Account as a customer, I can see my customer information. So if I need to update my credit card information, I can do that myself. Want to change my email or password to log into the system, change my address, got access to all of that. Now I also have my order history. So I know all of the orders that I've placed with this company. And interestingly enough, there's a repeat order button. So those of you that sell subscriptions, you want to have like a wine of the month club or chocolate of the month club, they can actually order that one time and then they can click repeat order and have that cycle as often as they want. And then they can cancel it at any time. But here if they click view order, this is where they're going to get details on the order, what was purchased, when it was supposed to be shipped, all that information. They can also view the actual invoice and reprint it for their records. And this is also where that notes field will show up that'll show them the progression of what's going on with that order.
And this is used on a site that's developed with AllPro. Is there a way to integrate it with either your site or a client site?
Not currently. We do have some limited functionality that's integrated with WordPress, but the majority of what we're building here is an all-in-one solution where everything is in one place, the information is exchanged freely, so you have better, easier control over everything. So when we're asked if we're going to be integrating with something, the chances are usually that we're not going to. There are some things we have to integrate with, like payment processors and shipping companies like FedEx. But if we can build it ourselves, we're going to do that so you have everything in one place.
Well, another question, but a comment to Eric's question. We probably push the limits on outside integration with the tool. It just means we don't use this element, this function of the AllProWebTools, but I certainly have more than enough value to justify using AllProWebTools for all the other things.
Yeah.
And we find a seamless transition by way of a simple coding to our payment pages and then back.
So I remember earlier you were talking about statuses, the status of an order or service call or whatever. So is there a way for them to see it here, or do they have to have a login and Or is this the login you're talking about?
This is the login, yeah.
Okay.
So they're going to use their email address.
Awesome.
And if they're a brand new customer and you've entered them in the system, or they've ever been to your website and filled out a lead box, they're going to be asked for their name and their email. That creates a CRM record. And that's the record that's going to belong to them forever. And so when you go in to add additional information, right, so your lead box is just asking for their name and email. It doesn't ask for their address. But if they call you and they say, hey, you know, you can search for them. Oh, I found your record. Let me add your address and your phone number in there. Let me put some notes in here. And now they have an account on AllProWebTools for you, but they don't have a password. So how do they get the password? So when they log in for the very first time, it's going to say, if you don't know your password, click here. And it's going to send them an auto-generated password to their email address. They log back in with it. They change it to whatever they want. So it's not like it's this long process that you have to do in telling people what their passwords are.
Awesome.